keep my eyes on the camera here. I'm excited to share my story with you and share my masterpiece picture, not this one, the one that God is making of me to share with the world. Okay. I'm originally from Brazil, so I speak Portuguese. And I end up coming here to finish my music degree. So my background is music, languages, Portuguese, French, English, a little bit of English, right? With an accent, as they say. And I love it. And later on, I went to pharmacy school. So I am a pharmacist, and my passion in pharmacy and in healthcare is to teach people about healing their own bodies through homeopathy and natural products. The thing is, when you went to pharmacy school, you don't have a homeopathy degree. So then after pharmacy school, I went to the, what they call specialization for a year and a half as a pharmacy compounding. And I ran my own medicinary and taught at the American Medical College of Homeopathy and in Brazil and with the patients, because in Brazil, the pharmacists have patients too. But anyway, I love the idea of the body healing itself by activation. So that's what homeopathy does, activates those cells that are not working properly. So why? Because, I love, then when I moved to Oregon about 6 to 8 years ago, I became a pharmacy, certified pharmacy technician and work in retail pharmacy. Well, I'm sad to say that after dispensing about, 5 to 10 different prescriptions to one person, I didn't know if they were healing from the medications or if their symptoms and ailments that they had were side effects. And they probably didn't know themselves. So that's sad to know that so many medications out there are more harmful than good. So the homeopathy in the meantime, and some of these products that you're going to be introduced to today are in the same line of homeopathy. They'll activate your body instead of going against it. So let me give you a little something, more notes here. What happened is with my life, had some turns and bumps on the road, especially with the 2008, 2009 crash. Then the 9/11 incident had a direct effect in our family because my husband was directly involved in aviation with Embry-Riddle in Prescott. And that's how we moved to Prescott, Arizona with a job there. And so that disrupted a lot of things, our finances and everything, and our marriages started falling apart. And we ended up being separated and divorced after having our daughter. So that was very devastating, I think, to our families, to both sides of the family. And for a while, I felt I lived with the failure of myself, failure to be able to be the person that God created me to be, failure. And the failure left me to think very little of myself, to feel shame, to feel like I was not regarded, as I should, though I know that God loved me very much. Then when I was, introduced to this business, that's kind of what it was like, in the middle of the things that are going on in our world. And I was a little skeptical at first. Then I said, you know what about if I try? What do I have to lose? And I start trying the products and doing some more research on it and asking questions. And I tell you, I have had in the last month and a half that I've taken the products, such amazing results with my knees, with my back, with my pain. I have more energy. I have a network of people that some of them you're going to meet tonight, Rich and Tanya, and Jessica and Sheila and the others that are just so helpful, encouraging, positive, saying that, give me that ability that I say that I can do it. Because doing any kind of business, it's impossible to do a business by yourself. As you guys that have businesses, sometimes you have employees and you have a place that you rent and marketing and everything. Oh, this company will do all that for you. But we work as a team. Warren Buffett, the CEO, the founder of Berkshire Hathaway, said it takes 3 people for you to be successful. And that's kind of the people I'm looking for to kind of run with me, you guys as friends. Intelligent, energetic, and with integrity, because it's so much fun. And this business has the integrity, has the background, has the authority to tell you and to be behind their products with the studies and earning several awards nominations. So I'm so excited. So I am, like I said, a masterpiece created by God to make a difference in this world and in the life of others. I'm still at work, a work in progress. And if you give a chance for this opportunity, that I invite you to at least take a look. If it's for you, great. If it's not, we'll still be great friends and continue being friends, because I love you, my friends. And I hope that creating this masterpiece and helping others will just benefit you as my friend. And if you choose to do this with me, that you benefit others, and we'll pass it on. Thank you so much for your time. I wanted to pass on the video to Rich and Sarah Scott, or Rich Scott. He has been in the fitness industry for the past 17 years. And he really believes on the science of working not just in the fitness aspect, the physical aspect, but he's taking his business internationally. So he travels internationally. How fun is that? And he benefits people not just physically, but also financially, which is a blessing. Thank you, Rich. Thank you for being here, for being part of our team, and take it
Oh
away.
my gosh, I'm just gonna close this down. I don't even need to say anything. You are amazing. Oh my goodness. Listen, people will never remember what you say for very long, but they will always remember how you made them feel. And I'm telling you right now, just listening to you, you come from a place that's here, the heart. And Sheila, your upline, you remind me of her in that way. She was like, I don't know if I could do this business, but you know where she came from? She came from the heart. And because you come from the heart, people can tell this is not a sales business. This is just a storytelling business. I love your story. I love your passion. Lady, I'm going to tell you right now, you are a Pro 10 in the making. You're already there. Your volume just hasn't caught up with your mindset yet. So you're definitely going places. And it's just my privilege to cheer you on to where you want to go. And like you said, you help enough people get what they want, you're going to get everything that you want. And that's why we're here, because we want to see you have that success. So if you're watching this on the replay or live, I want to let you know that you're blessed to know this woman, and she thought enough of you to hear this story. So I'm going to just tell you a story, and I want you to sit back and just absorb. And I want you to be thinking to yourself, does this resonate with me? Does this make sense to me? And if you have questions, that's totally fine. Most people have lots of questions. There's going to be things that you've never really heard before. But get back with Priscilla or any of us, and we would be glad to help you. So without further ado, let me jump into this. I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully technology goes well. All right, so give me a thumbs up if you can see the Life Vantage logo. There we go. There's some thumbs up. All right, so you're going to be introduced to a company, I believe, that's going to really change the world. I love the name of the company, Life Vantage. The whole point of having a vantage point is a higher level, right? And we're talking about helping people get to a new level in their life. And you know, we just came out of this whole COVID thing, and so there's a lot of people thinking about health, and maybe you're in that mental space. I think you're going to be pretty pleased with what you're going to hear tonight. So let me dig in. So before I get started, just want to let you know, I'm going to share some stuff about some income and things like that people make in this company. I'm also going to talk about products of activation versus supplementation and pharmaceuticals. I will tell you this, that, you know, everybody's success is based upon what they come to the table at. So, but we are a publicly traded company, so I'm going to share some stuff that will really blow your mind. So let me get started off with this. LifeVantage began in a lab with a single question. And before I get into this, I want you to know that I am not some expert scientist. I'm probably going to be reading slides. And you're going to find that this is not a very difficult story to tell, but the power behind it blows you away. So they started with this single question: is declining health something that we just have to accept, or is this is this just a part of getting older? We have to accept this. And I love what Priscila talked about. You know, sometimes at some point it sounds like she didn't even know, was it a side effect that people were dealing with, or was it something else? And that's the world we live in. So the LifeVantage was asking this simple question. And what we discovered was a couple of things, 3 different things. Number one is we found out that our genes, I believe God created our bodies in incredible ways that contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. If they're given what they need, they can do an amazing job. Number 2 is, as we went through this decades later, we discovered a way to activate these abilities. And I want you to really understand it's the difference between supplementation, taking something, and activation. The difference between delivering a cord of wood so that you can put it into your fireplace and get a fire. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about going to the thermostat and activating these abilities. So where did this whole thing start? I mean, it started with an ABC investigation. And I got to tell you, you know, Priscila said at the beginning that I used to run gyms for a living. And if you've ever been a member of a gym, you know that there's thousands of people coming in and out of those places. And you have to give me a little grace, because I actually earned the nickname, the Network Marketing Antichrist. And the reason I earned that name was because everybody was pitching me something. And I just had to figure out a way just to say nicely, no, thank you. But I am going to show you something that got me to the point where I was ready to listen. And the reason why I was ready to listen is because this is an investigation, not a puff piece about the company. So our products have been sold since 2003. And this investigation that you're about to watch aired in 2005. Now, I want you to really be thinking about a couple of things when you watch this. Number one is, if this is even remotely true, do I want what they're sharing in my body? And number 2 is, if this company is publicly traded, which they are, would this be a good thing to invest in? So let me start this for you and sit back and watch it.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress. We all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes 2 antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. And I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
Wow. I don't want to wait till I'm 80 years old and found out I should have taken it. That statement alone it blows my mind. And you have heard a term in there, oxidative stress, and you maybe have never heard it before. I surely didn't when I first heard it. I want to dig into that. So this ABC investigation, like I said, aired in 2005. And there's a lot of things that happened. And this is a big, big story. And I literally could sit here for hours and tell you all kinds of stuff. Today, my job is just to kind of give you that 30,000 foot elevation, give you an idea of what this is. And if you have lots of questions, you definitely can reach out to us. But what you need to know is that universities and prestigious medical centers began to look, after they saw this, they said, listen, we're going to take our own money, self-funded research, and apply it to what we saw. And that was a huge, huge thing. And so today, if you go to a website called PubMed, there's many stories there, peer-reviewed studies there. And so we switched from a retail market to a direct sales market. And I love that, because this company didn't start out and say, hey, let's make a product and let's see if we can sell it. It was a real lab and with real research, and it transitioned into this market because it needed a storyteller. And that's one of the reasons why you're watching this today. So that term I talked about, and you heard it on the video, oxidative stress. I mean, how many of you guys wake up in the morning and say, my oxidative stress is killing me? No, you may say your stress is killing you, but the oxidative part never is talked about much. So if you look at this graph in the center, it really basically is the middle of a wheel. And everything that you see surrounding that is affected due to this oxidative stress. And the best analogy is, a rusting rake in the yard or a house fire. Because of this one thing, everything else is affected. So you've got the issue, which is this oxidative stress that bombards us, an onslaught of free radical damage. The solution to that problem or that fire is water. In this sense, it's antioxidants that help lower that flame or delay that rust that we talked about. But there's a hurdle. Unfortunately, the body, it produces antioxidants inside the body. As you age, those antioxidants enzymes are not there anymore. So that's the first theory of aging, is this oxidative stress. And what causes this fire? What causes this so-called rust? Well, it's everywhere. Your diet, smoking, whether you're smoking yourself or not, or you're just around secondhand smoke. Medication, like Priscilla talked about, causes oxidative stress. Pollutions, holding your cell phone, all kinds of things, herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, it's everywhere. Even exercise, you guys, creates oxidative stress, free radical damage. So it's everywhere. You're not going to get away from it, okay? So what you saw was this product called Protandim that used to be sold in GNC and Walgreens and different pharmacies. And because of the story needed to be told, switched to that market, and now that's why you're hearing it this way. And so that pathway get used to hearing this pathway is called NRF2 activation, NRF2. I got to admit, the first time I heard NRF2, I thought it was that ball you throw in the yard with your kids. Hey, go along, I'll throw the NRF to you. What? But that's the pathway. It's a pathway inside the body that can be up-regulated or turned on, like having a fire hose in every room of the house. Instead of a cup of water, it's a different thought process. And so the ingredients in the center, they're good ingredients. And I got to admit, the first time I heard about some of these ingredients, I'm like, well, I'm already taking green tea. But what I didn't know was each one of those ingredients are formulated at the ratio for a specific reason. I want you to think of those ingredients like a key into a lock. Because of those ratios being exactly what they are, that pathway is turned on. If you put too much or not enough, the ratios are off, and therefore the activation is not there. So that ABC investigation, you saw John Kionis's oxidative stress was reduced by 40% in just a matter of a week or so. So we have a study, a peer-reviewed study that shows that we lower oxidative stress by 40% just in 30 days. And those enzymes, these are big words, but SOD stands for superoxide dismutase. There won't be a test at the end of this, so I'm not going to make sure that you know the name. But other enzymes like catalase, glutathione, it gives the body its ability to repair damage, and at 1 million free radicals per second. That is the science. And that, as a fitness professional, really blew my mind. And it made me sit up and take notice. So here's what you're looking at. The world of antioxidants are a one and then they're done. And I don't care if you have tons of blueberries, and you can see right here from the graph down here at the bottom, it says 375 oranges. I mean, how many of you guys want to eat 375 oranges a day? Listen, I'm going to tell you, you're going to have another problem. We won't talk about that if you eat too many oranges, okay? Maybe some of you might want to sign up for the 87 glasses of wine a day. Well, you still might have another problem if you drink that much wine. But what we're talking about is one and done, or activation of the body to 1 to 1 million per second. Amazing science. Again, activation, not supplementation. Here's some of the peer-reviewed studies that I talked about. Places like the American Heart Association, all kinds of free radical biology and medicine. There's so much science behind this, it'll blow your mind. Literally having 1, 2, maybe 3 studies is really powerful, but having 25, 26 peer-reviewed studies is amazing. And I just got to pause you here for a second. Listen to me. There's a big difference between peer-reviewed and published. I have a funny story of a doctor in my business who said he can publish any study. And you can, because you're a physician, you can publish it, but doesn't mean it's true. It has to be peer-reviewed. And I'm talking about peer-reviewed studies, not published studies. Here's some other universities that we talked about. Ohio State, Harvard University, many, many studies. Again, taking their own money and funding studies because that ABC investigation opened their eyes to something new and different. So that NRF2 pathway, not the thing you throw in the yard with your kids. Listen to this. The NRF2 is likely to become the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. This is by Washington State University. Amazing. That's amazing. So that's the first theory of aging, that oxidative stress. The second is, I'm going to take you back to to your school days when you learned about mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cells. These cells of ours are declining, and the issue is they slow down. They're not working as well. And so we created another pathway that helps deal with this problem. And the solution is the body can fix itself if you give it what it needs. And so the problem is they break down over time. So what is the solution? We discovered another pathway called NRF1. Yes, we didn't do it in order. NRF2 came before 1. I can't tell you how many people ask me, well, how come you didn't do NRF1 first? I'm like, I don't know. It's just because that's what we found first, So we're talking about NRF1. I want to give you an analogy. NRF2 is like cleaning the exhaust. NRF1 is like adding NOS fuel to your system. So your cells are stronger, and because they're stronger, they create more free radicals. So they work synergistically together. And again, the center ingredients are great, but it's that key in a lock that turns it over and allows it to produce the ATP that it needs. And there's some of the benefits you can see over here. Improved sleep quality. How many of you guys would like to have a deeper sleep? Yes, please. I would like that. Repair sleep, supports cognitive brain health, supports healthy circular system and cardiovascular system. Amazing benefits when those cells are working properly. So that's the second theory. The third theory, this is something new, and I really am pumped up about this situation. Another thing that happens in your body is these things called sirtuins. And again, I'm not going to test you on this, so remember this for yourself. Just remember, oxidative stress is bad. Activating the body is good. That's really as simple as it is, and that's what we're talking about here. So I really love this analogy, and I had a doctor basically tell me, when you get married, the husband and wife, they communicate beautifully. Everything's great. You're on your honeymoon. Everything's good. Unfortunately, after time, some marriage, not mine, but some marriages are not that great, and you need a counselor to come in and help with the communication problem, right? Sirtuins are the counselors, and what happens is as you age, that communication gets lost inside the cell, and so when the sirtuins are reactivated, communication happens again, things get done. And so that's what this next theory of aging is how do you get those suckers working? Well, we figured out NAD. It's another pathway in the body. Again, look at the different ingredients, all great stuff, but again, a key and a lock. So I've showed you 3 different theories of aging that support your body's reproduction of cleaning oxidative stress, working more efficiently in 3 different areas. And as you can see over here, the benefits are amazing. You know, supports healthy longevity, improves that mental focus and concentration. I take all 3 of these products, and we call it the tri-synergizer because they all work synergistically together to do some amazing things in the body. And here's the graph I want to show you. Look at it in the blue. Look what happens when you take them together. The gray shows you if you take them by themselves, and they all have really good benefit, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to have them singly? But look what happens when they're synergistically working together. You have the body really activated, doing what it's designed to do, and it really has an amazing effect in the body. And I want to help you understand something. Somebody told me the other day, well, can I get a week's supply and see what it does for me? And I kind of chuckled. I said, if you want to, and please excuse me, but I said, if you want to feel something, let me kick you in the shin and you're going to feel something. And I say that with all the love and the respect. Here's what I want you to understand. When you take something bad, you usually feel it right away. I mean, snort a line of Coke, take some meth. I mean, I don't recommend anybody do that, but don't you feel something quickly, but unfortunately the repercussions of that are bad. So here's, I want you to take this away from this tonight. Think about a brand new piano. If you bought a brand new piano and you played the beautiful song, it would play very nicely the day you bought it. But if you stick that piano in the attic for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and you bring that sucker down, tell me how it's going to play. Is it going to play beautifully the way it did the first day? No, it's not. And so if you're going to take the tri-synergizer, if you're going to do this, give your body some time. And the recommendation is 1 month for every 10 years you've been on the planet to give yourself a chance to retune that piano where it needs to be. Don't get me started. I'm getting fired up tonight because I love what this product can do for you. And so just want to let you know, there is other products. I'm not going to go through every one of them because we don't have time for that, but there's all have scientific base. You basically learned about the tri-synergizer. There's Axio, which is cognitive brain function. I mean, who would give a child an energy drink? Nobody. But there's amazing stories of kids taking this because this is not Red Bull or Monster. It's smart energy. It's helping that child focus, gives that cognitive brain a chance to really do some amazing stuff. Great before and after pictures of spelling tests and stuff. Another thing, if you look at the ProBio, your gut health is your gut is your second brain. So we have products like that. Another thing, if you look down at the bottom, True Science Skincare. One of the studies that I told you about earlier was from Louisiana State. Well, what is your largest organ in your body? Your skin. So what they did is they basically did a study on skin health, and they said, listen, you need to take that little pill and you need to make it in a topical version. And so it protects the skin, it activates the skin cells. And my wife's a redhead, and I'm telling you right now, without this, she'd burn out in the summer. And it really helps her. So it's amazing, amazing, amazing science. So that is the wrap up of the science. It's been a while since I did the science, but I was kind of excited about it. So I'm going to turn this over to Tanya. She's amazing. Tanya is my enroller in this business. And I'm going to be honest, I gave her a hard time when I first brought her, or when she first got me into this thing, because I had a lot of questions. And I wanted to make sure, Tanya, remember this, are you going to be in this for the long haul? Are you going to do this? And the reason why I asked her that question is because if you're going to do this as a business, you need a leader that's going to stick around. And I'm going to tell you right now, she is an amazing leader, beat me over the head a few times, but we all love her. And Priscilla, it couldn't be in better hands with a leader in Tanya. So take it away, Tanya.
Rich asks, do I remember? Yes, I do. I remember. Hi, everybody. I am so grateful that you are showing up for Priscilla because, again, like Rich said, if she's sharing this information with you, as we've all seen tonight, it's because she loves you. It's because she wants you to have the same information that has and is and will continue to change her life. And I just have to say really quickly, Priscilla, you sharing your story and the way that you did it, I didn't know all of that. And I have so much respect for you, so much love for you. I'm so grateful. I'm here for her on her behalf because I know Rich feels the same way. We are going to do whatever we can to help Priscilla share this with the masses and help her succeed. And Priscilla, you are not a failure, just so you know. You are not a failure. You are a warrior, you are a winner, and you are taking your life to another level. And I'm so grateful that you're a part of this community. So I'm so grateful I'm a part of this community too. Again, my name's Tanya Sheldon. I live in Meridian, Idaho. I've been a part of this company for 8.5 years, and it was exactly what I didn't know I was looking for. I am one of those crazy people that said yes to all opportunities. I didn't get into all of them, but I always said yes to taking a look because I realized very early on in my life that I wanted to make a big impact in the world. And to be quite honest, I wanted to make a lot of money. I wanted to make a big difference. And I wanted to have options in my life. So I was always looking for that right opportunity, but I didn't know, no one ever taught me what to look for if I was really going to find success within the world of network marketing, within that industry. So I'm going to really quickly share with you why anyone can find success within this company. And the first thing is you have an e-commerce business at your fingertips. This is something, some of you may be watching this on your phone. You may be listening to the playback on your phone. People want something that's convenient. They want something that's portable, and more than ever, they want an opportunity that they can do from home. And that's exactly what we can do. We're able to do this. We're all in different locations tonight. We're not all meeting. Every one of us is sitting in a different location, and we get to share this with you. And Priscilla was listing off the people that are going to be watching this playback or are tuning in live. And they're all over the world. She knows people everywhere. So isn't that such a gift that you have something that you can share with everyone? So that does make it the perfect meld of a business. With the e-commerce site, what we allow people to do is if you love the information you heard Rich share with those products, which who wouldn't, honestly, please be proactive with your health. I am telling you, when it comes to Nerf 2, Nerf 1, the sirtuins and NAD, we are just tapping the surface of the research that is taking place on those pathways in your body. So what we have is a very easy system. It's an Amazon type system where we can just put the products into a shopping cart and then we send you a link and all you have to do is check out. You may be able to find some of this you're going to find all of this through Priscilla's site. So she'll be following up with you and let her know what you want to get started with. And again, all she has to do is put it into a cart for you. It's a click system and then you just check out. So easy for people. That's part of the e-commerce site. One of the great things you want to look for. Another thing is it a trend or is it a fad, right? Fads come and go. They don't stick around very long. But when we look at trends, trends stick. Trends are something that you want to be a part of. You want to be a part of something that people are looking for and that offers up a solution. And so this slide says, why now? It says most people in the US and Canada have yet to discover LifeVantage. You guys, most people in the world have yet to discover LifeVantage, okay? We are in 21 countries and only just getting started. People do not know what LifeVantage is. They have never heard of it, even though we've been around for 10 years. And that is an opportunity. Timing and being the first to know what other people don't know creates a very good opportunity. Then if we look at the increase in wellness, 60% increase in wellness in the last 8 years, that will never go out of style. And again, oxidative stress, Rich mentioned pubmed.gov. When I went there in 2011, there were about 80,000 studies at that time. Now there are over 220,000 studies, and it's always getting bigger. And why? It's because people and researchers and doctors know the negative impact of high levels of oxidative stress. So they're studying it. They want to know how they can beat it, how they can fight it. And we've got this plant-based product for $50 a month that reduces it by an average of 40% in 30 days. No one else can say that in the world. And when we look at NRF2 again, NRF1, NAD, if you were to look at those studies, we are at the forefront of what people are looking for. If you look at our categories of anti-aging and skincare and pet care and energy drinks, those are things and categories that people will always need. They'll always be looking for a solution for that. So that's another check mark. How do you get started in something like this? The entry level that we have for you to be a part of this company, when we have the products that we have, it's really astounding that you can come into a company and you can pay $350, $650, or $1,250 one time, and then you get everything we're talking about. And that includes us. You get us too, to go to work for you on your behalf, like we are for Priscilla tonight. Our $1,250 Platinum Pack, we'll always love to talk about that, because if you were to go open a brick and mortar, your own restaurant, and you're going to give people a full menu, you want to make sure you have everything on the menu, not just half of what's on the menu. And in our Platinum Pack, you get everything that we have. You get to start the products, become a product consumer, your best customer, your best storyteller, creating your own story. And it's also a great way when you're getting extra back, you can take that extra and sell it to your closest friends and family and start recouping that investment. But again, it's a one-time investment. You also get your own replicated website, as well as a free ticket to our next event, which is taking place in Las Vegas in October, fingers crossed. And it's like a big family reunion. It is our global convention. People from all over the world will be there with us. So excited about that. And then how do you make money? What kind of compensation plan do we have? We have a compensation plan that is unilevel. You get paid as wide as possible and very deep within your company. So this isn't one of those things where people hear only the guy at the top makes the money. That's not how it works. Sky's the limit. There is no ceiling on what you can make. I enrolled Rich, but I would love for Rich to pass me up. I would love for him to be a higher rank than me, to be making more than me. That is what we stand for. That is what we're all about. If you bring in customers, if you bring in team members, you're going to get paid that very next week on Friday. And then we even have it set for you that if you reach a certain level in the company, they will pay you daily. And that is a really big answer to prayer right now for people as we go through this crazy time in the world and this crazy economy, to be able to know that you can put in work, that you can share videos like this with people and get them started on products or get them started in a business and know that you can get a check the very next day. That is really amazing. It's so amazing. One of the other ways that we get paid, there's 7 ways to get paid in LifeVantage, but if you look at the lower right, we have our elite pool. And what the company does is they take 4% of the total monthly global commissionable sales. Global, they take 4% of those sales and they put them in a pot. And so the top ranks in our company, they're called elites. It's called Pro 7, Pro 8, Pro 9, Pro 10. That's the name of the ranks. They get to partake in that elite, in that global sharing program. So they get 1%, some get 2%, some get 3%, some get 4%. And that is just one way they get paid. So when you're getting paid off everyone's efforts within the company globally, that creates a culture and a community of people that really want to help and extend their hand and help one another succeed in this business, which is a great thing. Another way that we can show you the power of this business is through our income disclosure statement. Because we're a publicly traded company, we can show you the average income that people are making throughout LifeVantage. And one of the first ranks we like to share with you is the Pro 3 rank. At this level, you are now bringing in an average of $626 a month. They say just an extra $300 a month will keep people from bankruptcy, foreclosure, people from divorcing. That is a really big extra income. Now you're going to be able to pay for your product, pay for maybe some utility bills, pay for some groceries. I will never forget when I hit this rank. You would have thought I was walking on air. I was so excited. I hit it very, very quickly after getting into this business in 2011. And it was everything for me because the week after I signed up for LifeVantage, my husband was laid off from his job. And so we had to move to Idaho from Colorado. He had to take a pay cut. And that pay cut that he had to take, knowing that I was compensating by hitting that Pro 3 rank to help our family, was a huge godsend for us. It was everything. And then we have our Premier Pro 5s. This is where the company really celebrates you. They send you to Salt Lake City. They give you a weekend that's just for you with free mentorship, lots of fun activities to do. And they just treat you like royalty because they know that you've helped a lot of people at this point. You've created a massive team. You're bringing an average of $3,100 a month, which we all know that can bring people home from their full-time job and keep them home, which is a huge thing. And then we have those elite ranks I talk about. Now you get to partake in that global sharing program. Now you're making money that can support an entire household, an average of $13,000 a month. And I want you to know, when I first got into this company, I could not imagine making an extra $300 a month. I couldn't imagine making an extra $100 a month, okay? When I made my first check for $12, I was ecstatic because it proved to me that this works. Like, I made money. And then to know that you have the ability to make $13,000 a month, it's real. Priscilla, Rich, and I, we know people that are our upline that are making this kind of income, that are helping us on a daily and weekly basis. It is real. That can be made for anyone that puts in the work and is coachable to what we have in the system. So can you do this? Absolutely, you can do this. The power in what we're doing tonight here is that Priscilla was able to invite you to an event, and she got to share her story and then hand it over to someone else. Anyone can do that, right? And then our goal is to empower Priscilla to where she will then be presenting later. She will start equipping and helping her team and helping those that come along for her. And we'll make sure that she's comfortable and ready before she has to do it. That's what we do for people. And so you have a 24/7 support system. It's an easy to follow system. It takes a lot of work, but I'm telling you, the work and what you put into this, it is the most rewarding thing I have ever done in my entire life. I love sharing this information, and I love it even more when I get to do it for people like Priscilla. So we have regular team meetings and trainings that happen on a weekly basis. There is never lack of getting knowledge about what we have. There is never lack of how to do the business. Regular corporate events and training and incentives. There's amazing incentives to keep you motivated and put extra income in your pocket. And then we have private support communities through Facebook as well. So at this point, now that you've heard about the products and about the business side of it, we just want you to know Priscilla will be following up with you in the next 24 to 48 hours. Some of you, maybe you're hopefully watching this playback. She'll be following up with you once you watch this playback, and let her know where you're at. You may be in one of three places. Maybe you need more information on the information you heard tonight. We'll get that to you. Maybe we can get someone on the phone that has a story or a profession like yours, and they can share with you what this opportunity has done for them. Maybe you're ready to get started on the products. So try Synergizer, one of our stacks. It has free shipping. We also have specials every single month that target a special part of the body. And this month in June, we're targeting the brain. So we have discounts on bundles that are all about brain health. Let Priscilla know if you want to see those, because it's a great time to get extra discount on the products. Or like Priscilla said, she's looking for people to lock arms with and change other people's lives with and have a ton of fun with. Let her know that. We would have so much fun. Who would not want to work with Priscilla, right? What an amazing woman. So if you want more information about joining the team, about doing this as a business for yourself, let us know that as well. And we can get more detailed with you about how the money is made and how you do this business. But again, how you do it is exactly what you saw Priscilla do for you. She invited you, told you she was launching her business, invited you to see a tool, which was this presentation. And then you get to make a decision. That's how you do the business. And the more you do it, the more successful you're going to be. So we thank you so much for being with us. We thank you so much if you are watching this playback. Again, let Priscilla know where you're at, and then she can direct you further and get you the information that you need. Right, Priscilla? Unmute yourself, hun. Oh, we can't hear you.
There you
Okay.
are.
Oh, there you are.
Thank you, Tanya. Thank you for amazing, Rich and Tanya. You guys are amazing. Jessica and Sheila too. And my goodness, I never felt so loved, you know, besides some of the friends. I saw that you were in, Adriana. Thank you for being so supportive. As usual, you are just the friend from the heart. I'll talk to you soon when it's convenient for you. And like Tanya said, you know, let me know. What do you want to do? And I'm fine. There are some people that say we just need 3 people to get going. Most of the time, 3 people are interested out of 10. If you're one of the 3, great. If you're one of the 7 that's not interested, that's fine too. So I love it. I'm learning a lot. If you ask me to do something and to get to a customer, I'll need help to do that. But I know that I can have help even to turn you into a customer and to share like the screen with you, because I'm learning. So, and I love learning, because they said as long as you're learning, you are alive and kicking. So I love that aspect.
Awesome.
Thank you for this opportunity, Tanya, and thank you, Rich, for taking me in. And we'll do that again.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching this.
Thank you. Thank you, friends, for